Fortnite first person gets leaked and basically confirmed. We also have a bunch of more leaks around other things like legendary augments. Lil Whip might not be making it out of Season 1. The pump shotgun can get a new variant. The entire battle pass is also leaked. We have a lot to talk about for Season 2. What's up, World Stripper? Back again with another video, and today we're checking out all things Fortnite, going back to my roots. And we have a ton of leaks to talk about. I know a bunch of YouTubers covered leaks yesterday about a bunch of stuff, but we did have some new information come out, and I do want to cover that as well. But of course, let's first go through some of the kind of more major leaks and stuff that's already been talked about, which is the first person mode, which I think is absolutely insane. That we're finally getting first person mode. Now I was kind of hoping for a separate mode for first person, as I feel like third person offers so much advantage there aside from being on PC. But it does look like the first person is going to be a setting. It's going to be just an optional setting. Now this does make sense because we already have a ton of playlists with the build mode and the non-build mode. And those have kind of already segregated the playlists a little bit, even though I do think that they're still very healthy. I think that having another combined section, first person mode, no build or zero build, first person mode, build, I think would add too many playlist variants, and it's probably, they think it's going to separate it out too much. And that can actually really hurt your game badly, especially if they push out too many areas and into the playlists. There's already so many in the game, so this is probably just going to be a setting that you can switch on, and I don't know if it's going to be exactly the best, but I do want to toy with it and see how it works on PC. I'm sure it's going to be really, really fun. But we'll move on to the pump shotgun. It looks like the pump shotgun's coming back. However, it does look like it's going to be a new version. So whether or not this is a slower fire rate, maybe less damage, it does look a bit different than the original pump. So we'll see what they kind of do with it to tone that down. I know the pump was so strong, and almost like every season it's been dropped, and people love it. It's a great gun. I love the gun as well. But it just does so much damage overall, and it's usually at the top of the boards as far as DPS, I'm pretty sure, and it does really, really good damage output. So hopefully they can fine-tune that balance and not make things too overpowered with it. Now we do also have some new POIs, and those include Lucky Landing V2 POI and Neo Tokyo POI. And I'm pretty sure the Neo Tokyo one we've already kind of had. I mean, I've seen this area before where it's kind of like one of those like floating islands type of things that we've had before in the other seasons. But Lucky Landing looks very almost Overwatch-esque, like an Overwatch layout, kind of CSGO-esque. I actually really like it, especially with the lighting and kind of the overall look to it with like the pink trees and stuff. I think it looks really good. Since they've added the motorcycles, they've been kind of dirt bike-esque, but it looks like we're going to be getting some futuristic motorcycles. And I hope they're reminiscent of like Cyberpunk or even Keanu Reeves' Arc bike, which was really cool. So I hope they kind of are the reminiscent of that. They kind of look like that. Those like bigger Tron wheels on the motorcycle. I think those could be pretty cool. We do have some new weapons, but that also just includes the shotgun that we talked about, which is the pump shotgun, which is a little bit different than the certain variant. And it looks like they're also including a pistol, which I love. Pistols are one of my favorite weapons in the game. So hopefully it's a decent pistol and doesn't take away or completely ruin it, because I know that in Season 1 or this season, the pistol was kind of OP. It was actually pretty good. And I liked it because it wasn't OP and it was kind of like an off-meta gun, but it actually kind of was, like in terms of if you could shoot really fast with it, it actually was pretty good. So we'll see what we do with that. Apparently there's some glowing tubes that you can slide on as mobility, but you'll also be able to use your weapon while sliding down these glowing tubes. That could be pretty unique. We'll see how those kind of play out in the map and how they work. Now we do have the full Battle Pass leak, pretty much. I mean, it's like all of the skins that are going to be in the Battle Pass itself, aside from bonus rewards. And I gotta say, they're pretty unique. I'm not gonna lie, I actually kind of like this season just because of it not being tailored to a specific thing. I know this season wasn't really either, but I feel like the skins were kind of lackluster in that terms. They were original, but they just didn't have like a lot of variants to them. I really only like the 1 or 2 skins in it. But this looks really cool. I actually like the lizard guy. He looks awesome. The kind of like punk chick with like the bunny ears, she looks really cool too. And these other 2 guys on the right here actually look really sick. They got like horns on their head and a nice mask. This dude's got like some really cool, almost like a pimp jacket, kind of like with fur. That looks really cool. We also got kind of like a normal looking dude, which is fine. He seems alright. We got a person with a katana that looks actually really, really cool. And then we have this girl with like another kind of punk rock girl, but she's kind of more colorful. She's got some like little shoes going on. I think those look cool, and so does her jacket. I like how it's got kind of tears in it and stuff. And then the last but not least, it looks like we have a girl kind of with like some shimmery, like almost like anime cosplay-esque. Almost kind of looks like an Overwatch skin. I know I brought Overwatch up a few times, but it kind of does look like that. And I hope that like cloak that she has is kind of like white and glowy. That would be really, really cool. I hope she's kind of like glowing, almost, but it looks like she is. And her hair looks cool too, and she's got that kind of mask. I really like this season. I think they did a really good job with it so far. It at least looks like there's like quality being put into the skins. There's going to be a first person mode. There's a lot of quality going around. It seemed like Chapter 4 Season 1 was kind of rushed, due in part to the new Lumen system and the new engine upgrade to UE 5.1. So I'm really hoping we get that quality back to Fortnite, because it's been a staple for games for a long time. And if Fortnite is starting to trend down, the whole gaming industry is starting to trend down. 2022 was terrible for gaming in general. It just was. And Fortnite was no exception to that rule. It didn't really have the seasons and backing that it did in those other seasons. Even the event kind of felt very, very short. That season ending event for Chapter 3, that was very bland. That was very bland, very short event, and a lot of people, even the guys that were being paid by Epic and partnered by them, even though I am still, but it's just creator code, I'm not being paid by them. But the big guys that were being paid by Epic were even saying, hey man, this does not look like quality, this is not fun, going to do these fetch quests are not fun, this event was not a good one. So I really hope that they do end up fixing these events and at least getting the season right, and we'll see if there's any major map changes, although I doubt there's going to be an insane amount, just those new POIs that we've seen leaked so far. Now we also do have some stuff about the mid-season variant and some of the emotes that are going to come along with the battle pass as well. Now the skin looks like it's going to drop mid-season, and supposedly it looks exactly like this image, and so that should be out mid-season. There's also an emote called Scout Regime Salute, and again, the image depicts the exact emote of what he's going to do, kind of like putting his hand to his chest. The pickaxe is going to be a hardened Titan fist on a stick. Don't have any imagery for that as of yet. They also have an animated emoji, wrap, and banner. An animated banner, now that's different. The rest we've all seen animated before, especially the emojis and the wraps. And they also mention that there will be more on the page 2 with more cosmetics. But it looks like this season's main focal point is Fortnite Attack on Titan for Season 2, and that Eren Yeager is the secret skin. And again, if I missed anybody that is from this show, I have never seen Attack on Titan, and I don't really watch like any anime, so I don't know any stuff about that. So I'm sorry if I missed any details that corresponded to Attack on Titan. But that mid-season variant skin that I featured is of course from Attack on Titan, so if you recognize that, you probably already knew. And it seems like that's going to be the overall theme for this season. I am pretty excited with everything going on, and it does look like this is going to be a much better season than the last two. Especially with the quality of skins and other things. Even the POI kind of looks good, although I don't think there's going to be any major map changes, which is kind of unfortunate. Although to be expected, since this is just more of a season update and not a chapter update. But if you guys enjoyed today's video, I'd like a like and subscribe. And until the next one, deuce.